So welcome to this special coronavirus edition of the Montaka Spotlight series. It's not every week that we see the fastest stock price correction in history, and so we thought we would come to you and try to address two of the key questions that we've been asked by investors over the last few days. So the way we're seeing the data out of China is that we're seeing a clear slowing in growth in new cases being confirmed, which is really positive. We're seeing continued growth in the total number of recoveries from the virus, so that's also really positive. In places like the United States, Europe, and even here in Australia, we are probably only at the beginning of a much broader onset of new cases being confirmed. So none of this is really new news, if you like. I guess where we have a differentiated view to some, I would say, is that we are constantly trying to evaluate what we're seeing each day relative to what a regular flu season might look like. And I think it's sometimes forgotten that in the United States each year, tens of millions of people get the regular flu. And it's not that big a deal to the broader economic environment. Now, granted, this flu looks a little bit more severe than the regular flu, but perhaps it's not as severe as many first feared when we first started learning about this back in January. So how are we viewing equities? Well, what do we know today? We know that equities are cheaper than they were about 2 weeks ago. So cheaper means less risky, not more risky, all else being equal. We know that interest rates are low and falling. Even here in Australia, the RBA recently cut its interest rate by 25 basis points. And we are seeing new measures of fiscal stimulus being affected by governments in all parts of the world, from Europe to China, and we expect to see more fiscal stimulus measures being announced around the world over the coming weeks and months. So perversely, the setup for equities is actually pretty good. At the end of the day, our objective here at Montaka is to compound your wealth alongside our own wealth over not just days and weeks, but over decades. And so through this lens, we are certainly staying the course.